Am I enough? Am I good enough? It's probably a question you've asked yourself 1,000 times, if not more. And it's why you clicked on this video, to try to get some answers to that very human, very common question. Am I good enough? And working as a CBT therapist, it's a question that I've had hundreds, if not thousands of people ask me at this point. And it's an answer that I think you're going to really appreciate the way that I frame it, because I don't really see people framing it in this way. And I think it's why so many people struggle when they do ask this question, because we're all kind of given the same generic answer. How many times have you been asked the question, or how many times have you asked the question, am I good enough? Or you're talking to someone and you're like, I just don't feel enough. I don't feel like I don't love myself. I don't feel good enough. And the person's like, oh my God, no, we love you so much. You're so enough. And you look at them and you kind of want to smack them in the face, because it's like, that didn't make me feel better. I thought that was going to make me feel better. That 10 out of 10 did not make me feel better. And you kind of get annoyed with them. It's like, how do you know? How do you know I'm enough? I think you're asking a different question. I don't think the question you're actually asking is, am I good enough? And the reason I say that is because what you're actually asking, I believe, is something different. So there's two ways that somebody can be enough. There's the inherent enoughness that all human beings inherently embody. It's what a lot of religions teach, right? Like, we as a entity, we as a human being are just enough as we are. Like, because you are born, because you are here, you are inherently enough. And a lot of religions try to teach that. A lot of spiritual practices try to teach that. Like, I used to listen to a lot of Wayne Dyer and, oh my God, what is her name? Louise Hay. A lot of their content, beautiful, right? You're enough as you are. You're wonderful, this, that, and the other. Like, don't question your enoughness, because like, you and the entity and the body that you are. I can't quote their content. It's been forever since I've listened to it, but it's wonderful, right? But yet you listen to stuff like that and it's like, cool. But this question is still coming up for me. Am I enough? And the question that I want to pose back to you, and what I've asked so many clients that I've worked with, and I think the question you're actually asking, which you might not ask yourself it like this, but you're going to going forward. Are you enough for what? I did a video previously talking about expectations and how the expectations that you set of yourself really shape the way that you see yourself, others in the world, how those expectations come from the experiences that you've had, the people that you're surrounded with, you know, what they believe, what they think, what they feel. And so when you're asking yourself the question, am I enough? Enough for what? Enough based on what? Am I enough to play basketball? Hell no. I'm 5'2" on a good day. Like, I'm barely 5'2". So am I enough to play basketball? No. Because I don't have the physical stature to be able to compete against these people. Am I enough for soccer? Maybe. If I practiced, I played soccer in high school. I could have been really good. But, you know, I was measuring my enoughness on the expectations, beliefs, and ideologies of the people around me. Was I enough for them? I wasn't. Because me being who I was didn't agree and align with those beliefs, values, and expectations that were set of me by those people. So, are you enough? It depends on the benchmark that you're measuring against. I am never going to be enough as a basketball player. It'll never happen. If I wanted to get into the WNBA, never going to happen. Never. Not even on a good day. Not even when I'm at 5'2", right? Am I ever going to be enough for the culture that I grew up in? That's also no. Because I don't believe in what they believe in. I don't believe in their values. I don't agree with the ideologies that they have set, the way that they raise children, the way that they live their lives, the vanity metrics and all of these other things that matter so deeply that I never cared about. So, no. For that, I'm never going to be enough. You know what I am enough for, though? And this is what I've had to tie my identity to. And this is the question that my clients, and that I think you are actually asking yourself. What are the things that deeply matter to me, that actually are important to me, that I do actually have a chance of being enough for? We all are inherently enough. Like, as human beings, we are pure love and enoughness, and we all deserve basic human rights. We all deserve the chance. We all deserve to have a healthy brain. We deserve to have a healthy body. We deserve all of these beautiful things of what it means to be alive. I do believe we all inherently deserve that, and we all are enough for that. But don't get it twisted. We are not all enough for the same things. A man who is, 220 pounds of pure muscle is going to be more enough than me of, lifting up a car, for example. Stupidest freaking example I could ever come up with, but it's just the truth, right? I'm not enough to play in the NFL. That's a better example. 6'4" man, 220 pounds, pure muscle, played football his entire upbringing. Better chance of getting into the NFL than me, being 5'0", barely, 5'2", barely, and a woman. It's just not going to happen, right? I'm not enough for that. But I am enough to sit here on this microphone. I am enough to record this video. Now, that doesn't mean I inherently believed that either. This is where a fixed versus a growth mindset comes in, and I'll dive into that in another video. But there is nothing in the physical reality that is barring me from being able to do this outside of my own limiting beliefs and the level of effort that I have put in to try to get better as a speaker, as a communicator, as a therapist. I'm enough to be a therapist. Am I enough to be the greatest therapist ever? I don't know. Am I willing to put the effort into it? So, are you enough or not? The real question is, for what? What are you trying to be enough for? Are you setting what you're enough for based on the bullshit metrics and markers that have been set for you by the people in your life who set BS markers for themselves? Are you enough for the distorted ideas that you have about yourself, about what it means to be enough in this world? Probably not, because they're unrealistic. You're setting these markers and these barometers, like I talked about in that previous video, based on things that you never even chose. So what do you want to be enough for? Now, this comes down to actually identifying, what are your values? Who are you? What matters to you? What's a game you can actually play that's going to be winnable for you? Basketball and football are not winnable games for me. So to tell myself that I'm not enough because I can't do that is a losing game, and it's stupid. But if you grow up in a family where that's all that matters, yeah, of course I'm going to feel terrible about myself. Of course I'm going to feel like I'm not enough because I'm basing it on an unwinnable standard, based on the narratives and the ideas and the beliefs that were in that family structure. Am I enough as a friend? Depends on what my friends need. And am I capable of giving that? Maybe. Am I enough as a partner? Am I willing to learn? Am I willing to put the effort in? Do I talk to my partner and see what he cares about and what he needs and get that feedback and process it? Whether or not you're enough is based on, number one, the expectations that you are setting of yourself. So the unrealistic expectations. Number two, what your values are. And number three, honestly, whether you have a growth mindset or not. Are you setting these expectations and these ideas about your enoughness with the belief that you will grow them to the capacity that you can? Setting winnable games, having winnable benchmarks for yourself. Even if it's something that you feel is winnable, like I have a client right now who started taking a fencing class. Is he enough? Not based on his perspective. His perspective is, I've done it a month, I should be an expert by now. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's an unwinnable game. But can you get better than you are? 100%. So can you set your expectations based on that? 100%. But that's where the growth mindset comes in. What happens if you're not perfect right away? Does that mean that you're an utter failure? What happens if somebody's better than you at it? Does that mean that you're not enough? It's based on your standards. It's based on your expectations. It's based on your values. So you have to ask yourself the better question. What are you trying to be enough for? Did you actually set it? Was it actually based on an idea that you consciously chose, not from your trauma, not from your history, not from the distorted narratives and beliefs and ideas and values that you learned through social learning theory from your family and from the environment that you were brought up in, but based on you? Based on the person that you intentionally, consciously chose to be. And are you setting yourself up to be able to win that game? Because everything in life is a game. We don't consciously know that it's a game, but everything is a game. Most of us are trying to play finite games. I'm the best. The best at what? The best for what? For what reason? What's your intention? What's your end result? What's the goal? Is it based on shame or is it based on desire to grow, to be better at something, to learn and to expand and to see all that you can be as a human being? That's the real purpose of being enough anyways. Enough for you. Finding what matters to you and finding out what would it mean for me to be fulfilled in this area. That's what enough really means. Most of us are just never taught that. Most of us don't grow up in homes and in environments where that's what we're being taught, that's what we're being modeled, that's what we're being shown. But that doesn't mean that it's not true. It just means that they never learned that, so how are they going to teach it to you? If I don't know how to fish, how can I teach you how to fish? I'm going to make up some bullshit excuse that you don't need to go fishing. Fishing is stupid. How many of us have been taught that? Oh, you want to draw? Oh, you want to play sports? Oh, you want to go do this thing? Yeah, I do. Why does that bother you? What happened to you that you think that that's not important? That me becoming the full-fledged version of myself is somehow not a good thing? Why? It's because of what they think being enough means. But that doesn't mean that it has to be true for you. So ask yourself this question. What am I trying to be enough for? Do I have a fixed belief on this that I'm just not good at it and I can't get good at it, so I'm not enough? And what are the expectations that you're setting of yourself that are making that true? I guarantee if you actually give yourself the chance to ask those questions, you're gonna find that your beliefs are probably not helping you. And believe me, I know from personal experience, I had the most fixed mindset of anyone that you'd ever meet. I would try something, like, nope, can't do it. I'm a victim. I'm just helpless. I can't do shit. It doesn't make it true. Just because you believe something doesn't mean it's true. Just because something feels really real doesn't make it true. It might feel true. But do you actually have evidence to support that? My clients want to punch me in the face every time I ask them that question, because when I ask it, it highlights to them, they know that I'm challenging a limiting belief that they have. They're always grateful afterwards. But like in the moment, it's like the eye rolls start happening. I'm like, ooh, you just got pissed, didn't you? They're like, yeah. I'm like, cool. What came up? It's fun times. I guarantee that you're trying to base your worth on something that's unrealistic, an unrealistic standard you didn't set for yourself, a belief that you didn't consciously choose. And if you ask yourself those questions and you try to help yourself to change the narratives, you will feel enough because you're basing it off of a standard you can actually win. Developing a growth mindset that you can actually grow over time and exceed what you thought you were capable of. But you can't do that if you're basing your enoughness or your worth on other people's bullshit. Decide what it means for you. Now, I know this might be hard doing on your own, but try it. Drop a comment down below. What was that for you? What did you figure out? What came up for you? And if this is something that you want help with, send me a DM. Let's work together. I would love to be able to help you identify this for you the way that I have for hundreds of other people over the last 8 years doing therapy. It will change your life if you learn to ask that question instead. Not am I enough, but what am I trying to be enough for? And is it actually right for me?